Hello everyone, welcome to Hanara's Arts and Lifestyle channel. Last year, many of you had requested me to transform my Vishnu idol into Puri Jagannath, and I so badly wanted to do it because it's such a big challenge and it's a beautiful alankaram. And this year for the Rath Yatra, I badly want to do it. And this year it is not just Vishnu that I want to present. I want to present all the three gods, that is Puri Jagannath, then Subhadra and Balabadra. So that is the reason why I have got two different Vishnu idols right now. You might be asking if I purchased another Vishnu idol. Then the answer is yes, because there are so many other videos which I want to make where there are three different idols, and that is the reason why I got a Vishnu idol. And many of you have also been asking me like, you want to purchase this Vishnu idol from me. So maybe after making a couple of videos I can even sell this idol in case if any of you are still interested, or otherwise I can continue to use it for my videos. So that is the reason why I've purchased another Vishnu idol. Okay, so you might be asking me like, why is Subhadra so small when compared to Balabadra and Puri Jagannath? So the way in which I'm going to arrange them is not side by side but one behind the other, for which reason Subhadra had to be small and the Puri Jagannath and Balabhadra had to be a little big. And you might also be asking, why is that I have not painted another Vishnu? There is no point in painting him right now, because anyway I'm going to transform the face, I'm going to paint the entire body in different color. So even if I'm going to paint any features of it and then again I wash it, it might go off. And it is, I just bought this idol yesterday and I'm recording it today. There is no time for even the permanent paint to dry, and that is the reason why I have not chosen it to paint it right now. I'll be painting it later. So to do this particular alankaram today, the first and the foremost step is to paint their bodies. I'm not going to paint their face because I'll be making a different face shape for them. So this is what I'll be using today, which is the poster colors. Okay, it comes in 15 colors, but we are only going to need 3 colors today. That is red, white and yellow. We may be needing other colors also later on, but to start with, to cover the body, these are the colors that we are going to need. So the first process will be to color their body in the respective colors, that is Subhadra in yellow and Puri Jagannath in black color and Balabadra in white color. So once their body is painted, I would like to get the dresses and the jewelry done for them, because after making the face, even if there is any small touch on the face, the sandalwood paste might fall off. So that's the reason why I want to finish off everything and then touch the face part. Okay. So now, without wasting much time, let me get started and let me narrate a beautiful story at the background so that you all can enjoy as well. So here is the story of Lord Jagannath and Subhadra and Balabadra, and why is that they look like as they are. Krishna lived in Dwarka with 16,108 wives. Lord Krishna had left Vrindavan long back with a promise to the Brajvasis, the residents of Vrindavan, that he will return soon. But several years had passed to that promise and he did not return to the Vrindavan. In Dwarka, he lived in a royal palace. He was the king of Dwarka. He had married 16,108 beautiful women. For all of his 16,108 wives, there were separate palaces. And Krishna had expanded himself into 16,108 forms and used to be simultaneously present with all of his wives. The queens were completely satisfied, but still one thought would always puzzle them. They would often see that Krishna was always absorbed in the pastimes of Vrindavan. He would always remember Mother Yashoda, Father Nanda, Gopas, that is cowherd boys, Gopis, that is cowherd girls, and the cows. Most importantly, Krishna would again and again take the name of Radha even in sleep. What so special happened in Vrindavan that Krishna remains completely immersed in his childhood pastimes? The queens would often wonder. They were eager to know Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. The queens wanted to know the truth. In Dwarka, Rohini, Baladeva's mother, was the only one who had the privilege to witness Krishna's Vrindavan Leelas. So one day, the queens approached Mother Rohini. They requested Rohini to tell them about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. But Rohini was hesitant. I can tell you everything in detail. I can tell you about Yashoda, Nanda, Gopas, Gopis, and about Radha. But if Krishna hears this and Balaram hears this, they will leave Dwarka and immediately go to Vrindavan. No one wanted Krishna to leave Vrindavan, but still everyone wanted to know what so special happened in Vrindavan. Rohini finally agreed to tell the Vrindavan story. It was decided that Subhadra, Krishna's younger sister, would stand at the door of the hall when Rohini will be narrating the story. Subhadra will immediately inform Rohini and the queens if Krishna and Balaram comes there. Rohini will immediately stop. Rohini started narrating the Vrindavan pastimes while Subhadra guarded the door. The pastimes were so wonderful that all the queens and Subhadra, the doorkeeper, got completely absorbed. Rohini spoke about Krishna's pastime with Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, with cowherd boys, and most importantly with Srimati, Radharani and the gopis. Meanwhile, Krishna and Balarama understood that there is something special going on in the palace. So they immediately rushed towards the palace. Subhadra, who was completely engrossed in hearing the pastimes, did not notice the presence of Krishna and Balaram. Both the brothers silently stood beside her, Krishna to her left and Baladeva to her right, and began listening. The pastimes were so sweet and nectarian that Krishna, Balarama and Subhadra started developing transcendental emotions. Their eyes dilated, legs and hands shrunk in their bodies. There is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's body. So when Krishna experienced deep emotions hearing this Vrindavan pastimes, then those emotions were even exhibited externally, that is, in his transcendental body. This divine emotion is called as Mahabhava Prakasha. Mahabhava means the highest form of emotions and Prakasha means manifestation. Because of the spiritual scarcity, Krishna's eyes became too big and hands and legs got absorbed in his body. This form of Krishna is called Jagannath. So Lord Krishna is called Lord Jagannath when Krishna manifests highest form of transcendental emotions. When Krishna was exhibiting these emotions, Narada Muni arrived. He saw that unique form which was never seen before. Upon seeing Narada Muni, all the three came to their normal form. But Narada Muni pleaded Lord Krishna that he should let others also see these extremely unique and rare forms. Lord Krishna agreed and said that he along with brother and sister will appear as Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladeva and Lord Subhadra Devi in Jagannath Puri. We see Lord Jagannath's eyes are big and round. He has no visible legs. Also Jagannath has no apparent hands. His hands have no fingers. All this happened because Lord Jagannath developed deep spiritual emotions. To many, this form of Lord may appear incomplete. But this is not so. Lord Jagannath is complete. All the limbs of the legs are perfect and complete and can perform any functions. For example, Supreme Lord not only just sees with his eyes, but he can also eat, speak and hear with his eyes. Similarly, the Lord can see, hear and speak with his hands or torso. Our limbs are limited. It can perform only that function for which it is designed. The eyes can only see, the ear can only hear, nose can only smell and so on. This is why the Supreme Lord is also called perfect and complete. When King Indrayumna first saw the deity of Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladeva and Subhadra Devi, after being carved, he thought that the deities are incomplete. He started lamenting. Then a celestial voice assured him that the deities are complete. The voice further said that Lord Krishna has decided to appear in this form as Lord Jagannath in Puri. King became happy on hearing this. So this explains why Lord Jagannath, Baladeva and Subhadra Devi actually look like in this particular form. Now let me tell you some more interesting stories about Lord Jagannath. Did you know Lord Jagannath also gets sick? He needs medication, proper rest and lots of care when he is not well. And when he is sick, he is quarantined for 14 days. Sounds familiar? During this corona pandemic, we often hear the words quarantine. Any patient suffering from the virus is asked to remain in quarantine for 14 days. Similarly, Lord is also put in isolation for 14 days during his illness. Except his personal servants, no one else is allowed inside the room of the Lord. He is given special food mixed with herbs and medicines. But the most important question is, why Lord Jagannath gets sick? The months of May and June is too hot, especially in India. The heat is unbearable. So during this period, Lord Jagannath wants to take bath with cold water. He also does not want to remain in the inner sanctum of Jagannath Puri temple. He wants fresh air and wants to relax under the sky. Devotees are always eager to fulfill the desire of the Lord. So they decide to bring the Lord in the temple courtyard and make arrangements to bath him with cold water. Now, anything done to please the Lord becomes a festival. Thousands of devotees congregate to participate in the bathing festival. The festival is celebrated as Snana Yatra. Shower festival is celebrated on the Purnima or the full moon day of Vedic month of Jaishtha. With the beating of the drums, enchanting the mantras and blowing of the conch, Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladeva and Subhadra Devi travels in the procession from inside of the temple to the Snana Mantapa, that is the bathing platform. The procession is called Pahandi. The bathing platform is high enough so that the devotees can see the festival even from outside the temple. Lord Jagannath is bathed from the water of Sunakau, that is the golden well. Within the temple premises is a golden well from where water is fetched to bath the Lord. Devotees go to the procession to collect water from the Sunakau, that is the golden well. They make sure that their mouths are covered with cloths so that the water is not contaminated. Water is collected in 108 pots. The priests sanctify the water with turmeric, whole rice, sandal, flowers and perfumes. After then, the Lord is bathed with purified water. Devotees sing, blow conch shells and recite sacred Vedic mantras. In the sky under the sun, the Lord enjoys the holy bath. With pots of water fetched from the golden well, the Lord enjoys a royal bath. It is said that one's sins are washed away when one sees the Lord taking the sacred bath. In the evening, Lord adorns a special elephant form called Hathi Besha or Jagavesha. He looks like Ganesha, the son of Lord Shiva. This form of Lord reminds that the Supreme Lord is the source of origin of all the demigods like Ganesha. All the demigods derive their power and positions as per the will of the Supreme Lord. If we worship Lord Jagannath, who is none other than Lord Krishna, with love, then the demigods become happy. In fact, the best ways to please the demigods is to worship the Supreme Lord. Thousands of devotees of Lord Jagannath spread all over the world come to Puri for the festival. But there are scores to devotees who are not able to come to Puri for the festival. Srila Prabhupada wanted to break the physical barrier. He wanted everyone to participate in Lord Jagannath's festival. Jagannath is the Lord, that is Nath, of the whole world, that is Jagat. Everyone should get this mercy. So Prabhupada installed the deities of Jagannath as mentioned in the Vedic sculptures in almost all the temples of ISKCON all over the world. So today, millions of devotees joyfully celebrate Lord Jagannath's festival in different parts of the world. Many ISKCON devotees even have deities of Lord Jagannath at home. Wherever the Lord resides, that place becomes a dham. San Francisco was the first city outside India where Srila Prabhupada installed the deities of Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladeva and Subhadra Devi and called the city as New Jagannath Puri. Prabhupada wanted to drive down to the point that everywhere Lord Jagannath is worshipped with love and devotion, that place is no different than Puri, the abode of Lord Jagannath. During the Snana Yatra day, Lord Jagannath stands in the sun throughout the day and also takes bath with cold water. So he gets sick, he catches fever, so he is shifted to a sick room for treatment. As he is sick, he is not given regular meals. Instead, he gets only fruits and water mixed with cheese and dasamula, that is herbal medicines. Other than his personal servants and Rajvaidya, that is a royal physician, no one can enter the sick room. He remains in quarantine for 14 days. This is called Anasara period. Lord is now not in the altar. For 14 days, devotees do not see the Lord. This is unbearable for them. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that Lord Chaitanya would daily visit the temple to see Lord Jagannath. But during Anasara period, he would feel great separation from the Lord. Not able to see the Lord, he would cry again and again and would leave Jagannath Puri and go to Alalanatha. As Lord Jagannath is bathed with 108 pitchers of water, his colors fade out, so he gets a fresh coating of color. Lord Baladeva and Subhadra Devi is also repainted. Proper medicines, healthy food and sufficient rest helps Lord to regain to his health. On 15th day, he completely recovers. He is ready to appear in front of his devotees. This is celebrated as Netrotsava festival. Devotees throng to the temple for the festival. 2 weeks of separation from the Lord makes them desperate to see the Lord. New paint gives the Lord a youthful look. He has a broad smile on his face. His lotus-like eyes captivates the heart of the devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with his followers would spend hours seeing Lord Jagannath on Netrotsava day. Netrotsava festival is followed by Rath Yatra festival, which is famous all over the world. 3 huge chariots stand in front of the gate of Jagannath Puri temple. The Lord is brought from inside of the temple and placed on the chariot. Millions come to see temple town to celebrate in the chariot festival. And those devotees who are not able to come to Puri today are also able to participate in this wonderful festival. ISKCON temples today organize Rath Yatra in different cities of the world. Because of the visionary leadership of Srila Prabhupada, today millions of people across the world get to celebrate the chariot festivals. Lord Jagannath is the Supreme Lord. He is none other than Lord Krishna. His transcendental sickness is to enhance the love of his devotees. He gets sick to increase our longing for him. Lord has feelings and emotions. He loves to reciprocate his feelings and emotions with us. For example, in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna gets hungry, and if Mother Yashoda fails to address his needs quickly, then Krishna becomes angry. But he needs attention and love of his mother. Similarly, Lord Jagannath does not fall sick. He cannot get sick, but he gets sick because he loves to enjoy personal care like you and me. He does not want to be only on the altar and bless us, but he wants us to love and reciprocate with him like we do with our family members. When we start giving personal care and attention to the Lord, we develop love for him. He becomes the most important part of our life. In serving him, we experience lots of joy and eventually attain complete perfection. There is a very ancient tradition in which offering Rasagolla to Goddess Lakshmi in Lord Jagannath temple. And this tradition is 1300-year-old. Sweets have their own culture and traditional importance and relevance in Odisha. In every festival, ceremony or occasion, it is essential to make sweets as the part of the meal. It is believed that any meal is incomplete in India without a proper mithai or sweet dish. Sweets signify prosperity, happiness, love and affection. Odisha Rasagulla is one of them, which is originated from Lord Jagannath temple, Puri, in Odisha more than 1300 years ago. It is first made its appearance as an offering to Lord Jagannath of Puri temple in the 12th century. It is one of the dish among Chappan Bhog of Lord Jagannath. Rasa means juice and Gola means ball. Rasagola is a ball of sweet juice. It is milk-based sweet made by curdling milk. A good quality Rasagolla should be spongy, light and juicy and must shrink back to the shape when squeezed. It should not be rubbery or chewy. Rasagolla is easily available in all sweet shops and restaurants in every village and town of Odisha. Rasagolla is offered to Goddess Lakshmi as prasad at the time of Neeladri Bijay. During Rath Yatra, Lord Jagannath went to Mausima, that is aunt's house, with his brother and sister. Goddess Lakshmi got angry and locked the entrance door of the temple not to permit her husband to enter the temple. To please Lakshmi Mata and make her happy, Lord Jagannath brings Rasagolla in the clay pot and offered her. This ritual is called as Neeladri Bijay, that is the last day of Rath Yatra. The day on which Lord Jagannath returns Sri Mandir is called as Neeladri Bijay. To impress his consort, he offered her Rasagolla. Now modern days, Odisha celebrate this particular day as Rasagolla Dibas. There is a folklore. There is a village called Pahala located in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. Huge number of cow and milk products were available there. The villagers could not manage and use them and hence started throwing those. One fine day, a priest from Puri Jagannath temple came to the village and taught them the process of making Rasagolla. The process which exactly gets prepared in Puri Jagannath temple. From that day onwards, Pahal became a famous place for Rasagolla. So this completes the story of Rasagolla and why it is offered to Goddess Lakshmi during Rath Yatra. Now that you all have heard about so many stories of Lord Jagannath, let me also give you a few facts about Lord Jagannath's temple, and they are so very interesting. The Jagannath temple is constructed in such a way that it does not cast any shadow on the ground throughout the day. The flapping of the flag is a mystery. The top of the temple has a flag that always flaps in the direction which is opposite to the wind. The 20 feet high chakra on top of the temple is so positioned that the complete chakra is seen from any part of the city. Where you are in the city, if you look at the chakra seems to be facing you all the time. As per the belief, no birds or planes fly above the temple. The site is actually a no-fly zone, not declared by the government, but by some divine power. According to an 1800-year-old ritual, the flag of the temple has to be changed every day. So a priest climbs up every day atop the temple, which is as tall as a 45-story building, to change the flag. The belief is that if this ritual stops even for once, the temple will remain shut for the next 18 years. When you enter the temple through Singadwara, you can hear the sounds of waves. But after passing the gate, if you simply turn and walk in the same direction, the sound will not be heard. In fact, the sound will not be heard as long as you are inside the temple. The temple is visited by many devotees. The number varies anything between 2,000 to 20,000. The same quantity of prasadam is cooked every day, yet there has not been a single day when the prasadam got wasted or was insufficient for that day. For cooking prasadam, 7 pots are used. These pots are placed one on top of the other. The intruding part is that the contents of the topmost pot gets cooked first, followed by the bottom pots. Neela Chakra symbolizes the protection by Sri Jagannath, which is made of 8 metals with a height of 3.5 meters and the circumference of 11 meters. The biggest festival celebrated in the Puri temple is Rath Yatra, also known as Car Festival, which is celebrated in June or July. Once during the month of Ashada of the Hindu calendar, in this celebration, all the trios are specially decorated and pulled throughout the main streets of Puri to the Sri Gundicha temple, so the devotees have the glimpse of the sacred Rath Yatra. Now that you have understood about the special facts about Puri Jagannath temple, let me now tell you why these idols appear in such a special way that it doesn't have any hands or legs or any of the features which we normally see in any of the deity idols. This is a very interesting fact, and I'm pretty sure many of you will be curious to learn on why these idols look specifically like this. One of the popular stories which is associated with it reveals why the hands and limbs of Lord idols are unfinished. It is believed that King Indrayugna wanted to build a Vishnu temple, but he wasn't certain about the shape of the idol that would represent the Lord. He was then asked by Lord Brahma to meditate and pray to Lord Vishnu himself as to what form he would like to embody. After deep meditation, God appeared in his dream and spoke about a particular floating wood near Banka Muhana in Puri, and his image would be made out of that log. After this dream, Indrayugna rushed to the spot and found the wooden log. However, to his surprise, he couldn't get his artists to make idols out of it no matter what. The tools of the artisans broke every time when they tried to cut the log. This was the point when Ananta Maharana, that is a carpenter, Vishwakarma or Vishwakarma, appeared and offered to help. However, Vishwakarma had one condition. He said that he shouldn't be disturbed while carving out the idol until it is finished. So for 2 weeks, he employed himself in the divine task in locked podium without anyone's interruption. But after 2 weeks, suddenly the sound of the work stopped coming from inside of the podium, to which wife Indrayugma said that they must go in and check if he is fine. Although the king didn't want it to, he had no other option but to enter inside. However, to their surprise, when they got in, they found no carpenter and only unfinished idols. He immediately repented his act, but a divine voice, probably of Lord Vishnu himself, told the king that he shouldn't regret and install the unfinished idols as it is, and Lord shall make himself visible to the devotees in this form. And this is the reason why the idols of Puri Jagannath do not have hands and limbs. So this completes the story about Puri Jagannath and Puri Jagannath temple. And I hope you all have liked the story. So I hope you all have liked this video. If so, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get automatic notifications every time I release a new video. Thank you.